Good morning. It is Wednesday, February the 19th. iRacing development update for 2025 Season 2 just dropped this morning. I'm going to go over all of the oval stuff in it. I don't really get into road stuff. I'm trying to learn a little bit of road stuff, but I'm going to go over the oval stuff because that's what's important to me and a lot of my followers. So let's dive right into it. There are some things that are coming up. New cars, updated tracks, new stuff coming, a couple of delays. We'll see. We'll go from there. And one that will make a lot of people very, very happy, including me. We'll dive right into it. Let's go. Alright, so the biggest update, in my opinion, coming to the oval side of things is the new ARCA cars. You're going to get three manufacturers, the Ford Mustang, the Chevy SS, and the Toyota Camry all coming. They're all up-to-date current. If you can see in the picture, they are also updating the interiors to the new digital dashes and whatnot. So the big thing with this is the ARCA car has been massively outdated for several years on iRacing. You have not been allowed to run a steel body since 2019 was the last year you was allowed to run a steel body. You had to run the composite body 2020 and beyond. They've been massively outdated. Not only that, but the car, the chassis, everything has been based on the 2007, 2008-ish era nationwide, now Xfinity car. So car has been massively outdated for many years. Huge update coming. They're redoing basically the entire car apparently. So we're going to see some new physics model based on modern cars. They're not going to balance the power with the old model, so the old model will be gone. The new cars will be in the ARCA Menards official series. So the one thing that's coming with this is we'll have to see how they do it because there's three models. I don't know if you have to buy each model independently or you're going to buy them in a pack like they did the street stocks. But if you've bought the car in the last year, you'll get credited back some credits for buying the car recently. If you've owned it more than a year, which most of us have, you will have to buy the new car outright, which is fine. That's how they do all their cars that are getting complete refreshes or replacements. Not out of the norm, completely a normal thing. So we'll see what comes with that because ARCA is a huge, important part to learning how to race oval stuff. You learn tire saving, you learn racecraft, you learn how to avoid wrecks. You learn it on as variations of different levels of tracks, short tracks, intermediates, super speedways, road courses. You learn them all in the ARCA car. It is super busy, super important, and there's a reason why a lot of like Pro Series or high 7,000, 6,000 iRating guys still run ARCA regularly because they really hones their skills. Alright, so also you see here highlighted is that the updated Legend car is finally making it to iRacing. So about 4 or 5 years ago, the Legend cars went through a pretty serious update in real life. The chassis stay the same, but they went through a complete tire update. They went from a street style tire of a Federal 595 SS to a Hoosier racing tire. So massive grip difference. So obviously handling difference. And then they also went from a older style engine to a I believe FZ09 engine in the Legend car. I can't remember 100% if that's the code for it, but there was a massive engine upgrade as well. If you're running the old style engine, I think you still run the old style engine, but it's not very competitive, so most people don't do it. But anyways, so the Legend car is coming. Not a lot of people run the Legend cars beyond rookies, but for those of you that do, it is coming. It is a huge update. There are a lot of like EPI that I race using host open setups for. They are dominant in the Legend Open Series for C-Class, so they're going to be getting a huge overhaul. Alright, so coming to iRacing, it's not an oval track that I'm particularly talking about, but it is got to do with the oval series of NASCAR, specifically the Xfinity Series. Portland International Raceway is finally making it to iRacing. Xfinity's went there for like 6 years at this point. And they've just never been able to get it scanned. They've never been able to get in because the track is owned by the city of Portland, which means it's really hard to get city approval. Similar thing to what they went through with National Fairgrounds. The city owns it. It took forever to get city approval to do it. You know, you gotta, yeah, it's just what it is. Bureaucracy, man. Bureaucracy. So to go along with this track a new track coming to Portland International Raceway, there is a plethora of tracks that they are actively updating, redoing, mainly for the NASCAR game coming up. So they go over some stuff that they've done in the previous updates, like with the curbs and some stuff. They've updated Okayama, Road, Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and more. So right now they're updating and working on the NASCAR tracks. They're nearly done with Bristol, Darlington, Dover, Homestead, Kansas, Vegas, and Iowa, which was a complete repave. And they're going that season 2. If you own that track, you will get the updated track for free, which is how they normally do tracks. Season 3, we'll see a bunch more updates. They'll be coming. They're going to continue to widen and advance all the updates because they're doing a complete refresh of all the oval and NASCAR stuff because NASCAR 25 coming to consoles fall of this year. So you'll see a ton of stuff coming. So they're also doing a debris refresh phase 2, which you saw season 1 of 2025. You run off the track, you get a little bit of dirt on the track, a little bit of gravel, a little bit of grass. It affects especially road stuff mostly, but it does affect oval stuff, especially like Legacy, Michigan. They got that gravel track down there at the very bottom of the track. You run through that, you throw some gravel on the track. Next lap you come through there, you hit that gravel, you go off in turn 1, and the car's not exactly right. It affects you. So they're going to be updating it, refreshing it, fixing a few issues, and going from there. Alright, now this one is huge, huge, huge. A connection flag. You ever go out on track and you have somebody blinking like a son of a gun? And you're like, hey man, you're blinking. Why don't you fall to the back of the pack and not ruin our race? And they flat out ignore you? Well, apparently, somehow they figured out a way to do a connection flag. And if it's bad enough, they will put you in the pits, let you try to fix it, and then try to come back out. Or if your connection's so bad and you don't want to fix it, they'll allow you to run ghost laps so you don't mess up other people's races. I was about to say something else. Huge thing. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Until I have a bad connection and it ruins a race of mine. We'll see. You know, just how it is. Alright, so one of the things that I use pretty regularly that a lot of people don't ever mess with is the AI system. I use the AI to drive a car at a new track in a pack, so I know how the car handles in a pack rather than just test drive, because dirty air is a thing. But I have a hard time at a lot of tracks getting the AI adaptive level correct because it's hard. It's track dependent, line dependent, whatever. So they're working on an adaptive AI system that will adapt and adjust to you as you drive. Should get better, and as you get better, it gets better. So we'll see. They're wanting to release it season 2, but it looks like they're going to hold it back, possibly depending on how they advance it. And there'll be some bugs going through it, so you just have to work on it and see from there. So they're continuing to go forward with their new graphics engine. They're updating all the stuff in the current graphics engine. They're going to be able to transfer it over to the new graphics engine. They're continuing to do that. They're showing screenshots. Look at it. It looks incredible. I think iRacing already looks pretty damn good. People complain about it, but they're silly. So yeah, just check it out. Go from there. Alright, here's one that's going to be sad a little bit. They are delaying the Gen 4 updates. So the Gen 4 update, currently the Gen 4 and the ARCA car are the same car, just with horsepower difference. With the new ARCA car coming, they also are releasing new Gen 4, which are 2003 era cars. They're going to have a Ford and a Chevy, and they're also going to have a intermediate / short track package and the super speedway body, which is the elongated, taller nose for a little bit of bump drafting. They're close to shipping to season 2, but they're going to have to delay it probably to season 3. It's unfortunate, but they want to make them right because they know this is going to be a huge series when it releases, because the cars will be correct, and they won't be kind of a thrown together, kind of thing. So yeah, to close this out, I appreciate you watching. We're going to scroll through these last couple little screenshots. This is some updates of Bristol, work in progress. New rendering night lighting analytics, so they're trying to figure out how the light affects the track and goes on the track, probably for road courses. A new helmet model coming up, which is going to make helmet painting even more of a pain in the ass. An example of the warning for connection issues, packet loss. You'll know if you're having issues. Cloud updates and Homestead Miami Speedway updates coming. It'd be great. It'd be incredible. Hang out, follow me. I appreciate you. We'll go from there. See you later.